Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have some doubleheader action in store for y'all today on this beautiful St. Patty's Day in St. Augustine, Florida. Young Harris is in town for a 3-game set. They are 17-7 on the year. They're coming off of a 19-7 win over Lane their last time out. Your Saints bounced back in a huge way this past Wednesday, halting a 3-game losing streak against the 6th-ranked team in the country, the Rollins Tars. The Saints are now 5-17 on the year. I am Jordan Fauci on the call, and here are the starting nines for each side. First, with the visiting Mountain Lions.
The microphone right next to you, just an FYI.
Leading off is going to be the catcher, number 7, James Bashman. Batting the 2 holes, the second baseman, Ethan Underwood. He's followed by the left fielder, Marco Colina. Batting cleanup is going to be the designated hitter, Jackson Kemp. 5-hole will be the third baseman, Steven Spell. First baseman, Jeremy Begora. Followed by Drew Bray, the shortstop. Rome Wallace, the right fielder, and Jarrett Ford, the center fielder. Round out the starting 9 for Young Harris. On the mound for the Saints is going to be Gage Voorhees. The rest of the battery is going to be Jackson Wentworth. Defensively, the Saints changing things up a little bit here. They've moved pretty much everyday shortstop Mason Gray into left field, as there'll be a first pitch single for James Bashman. But everyday shortstop Mason Gray moving into left field. Donovan Garcia, who played the majority of his time last season in right, is now at shortstop. Rest of the Saints infield is going to be Jaden Ward at third, Matthew Burke at second, Taylor Clapp at first. Then from left to right will be Gray, Newland, and Owens in the outfield. Voorhees, the 3.08 ERA so far this season. Through 38 innings pitched, the senior has allowed only 13 earned runs on 31 hits, holding opposing batters to a 2.23 batting average. Wind's blowing in from center as the runner from first takes off. Wentworth airmails the throw. Advancing to third is going to be the catcher, Bashman. There will be a runner at third for the second baseman, Ethan Underwood. Underwood on the year, batting .242. He's hit a homer, a pair of doubles, and has batted in 11 runs. The 1-1 on the way from Voorhees. Just missing inside. Count now will be 2 balls and a strike. Underwood, the senior from Ackworth, Georgia, product of Harrison High School. Voorhees winds the 2-2. It's a big series for Flagler. They're 1-8 in the Peach Belt Conference, have 3 against Young Harris, who's 8-4 in the conference. This series could go a long way into getting the Saints season back on track, as there will be a foul tip into the glove of Wentworth, but it popped out at the last second. Count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Saints with the infield in here. Underwood spitting on the 2-2 slider that missed low and away. Counts full now. And a huge strikeout there for Gage Voorhees as he retires his first of the game. Underwood going down swinging, as this will bring up Marco Colina. Kalina, the sophomore left fielder, batting .268 on the year. Leads all of Young Harris in at-bats on the season. He's hit 5 homers, a triple, 7 doubles, has a slugging percentage north of .500. That one's going to be grounded to Ward. He'll throw on home. Wentworth unable to scoop up the throw from third as it came in on a hop. Young Harris will lead 1-0. It'll be Jackson Kemp, the designated hitter. Kemp with 4 homers on the year, batting .404 and 47 at-bats.
No, that's period. He should have been out.
No. I'm talking about the action.
Yeah, he should have been out. It's an unearned run.
Let's say Kemp gets the home run then.
Still unearned.
So
Played the inning without errors. He should have been out. He should have been 5-2. So
Beautiful
he's unearned.
breaking ball there. Count will be 1-1 now to Jackson Kemp.
Like the 5-2. The 2 doesn't really factor in because he would have stolen second base.
Kemp, the sophomore from Gainesville, Georgia. Peel to first. Unsuccessful for the Saints. Count is going to be 2-1 now to Kemp. Voorhees really establishing himself last season as one of the best arms out of the Saints starting rotation. 14 games last year, 7-2 record with a 3.41 ERA. Was a real workhorse for the Saints through 2 complete games last year. Voorhees working to keep Kalina close. Kalina frisky on the bags, is stolen 9 of 10. Another frisbee of a slider there from Voorhees, able to draw the swing of Kemp. Count's going to be even now at 2-2. Two strikeouts now as Voorhees with another slider getting Kemp down swinging. There'll be 2 down with a runner on first for Steven Spell. Spell, the third baseman, batting .299 on the season with 2 homers and 13 RBIs. Runner's going to take off. The throw from Wentworth is in time, but a great slide there from Kalina, able to avoid the tag. Runner in scoring position now for Spell. Spell with a large lead from second here. That one's going to be blooped over to Matthew Burke at second. Young Harris able to score a run on some defensive miscues from the Saints. They'll lead 1-0 as we'll head to the bottom half of the first inning here in St. Augustine. The starting 9 here for your Saints is going to be leading off with Sims Owens, the right fielder, followed by the left fielder Mason Gray, center fielder Trey Newland. In the 4-hole will be the shortstop Donovan Garcia, followed by the third baseman Jaden Ward. That in the 6-hole is going to be the second baseman Matthew Burke. Sliding back into the designated hitter spot is going to be Ashton Thomas, followed by Taylor Clapp, the first baseman, and the catcher Jackson Wentworth, rounding out the 9 batters for the Saints. On the mound for Young Harris will be the junior Nate Lamb, the left-hander, with an 1.73 earned run average, is 5-0 on the year in 6 starts, has pitched 36 1/3 innings, only allowing 7 earned runs. Saints bats are hot after a 16-run performance on Wednesday. Defensively here for the Young Harris Mountain Lions is going to be Bashman behind the plate, Spell at third, Bray at short, Underwood at second, and Begora at first. From left to right in the outfield is going to be Kalina, Ford, and Wallace. Be a 2-1 count now to Sims Owens, the sophomore, batting .235 on the year with a double, a triple, and a homer so far this season. He's batted in 11 runs. The 3-1 on the way. It's going to just barely clip the outside corner. Saints faithful thought that was ball 4 to Owens. The count's going to be full. As for Nate Lamb, transfer over from Spartanburg Methodist College. Was the 170th ranked recruit in the country, as that one's going to be grounded to the third baseman Spell, but the chopper eats him up over at third. Owens will reach on the E5. The Saints able to get the leadoff man on. Mason Gray, the sophomore, moving into left field today, batting .330 on the year. Owens presenting some speed over at first.
Yeah, for the full inning, it's 3 errors.
Count's going to be even now to the Saints left fielder. Gray struggling with his glove this year, has been moved into left field, but the bat has really exploded in his sophomore campaign. One of the few Saints batting above 300. This will go fishing on an outside pitch. Count's going to be 1-2 now to the sophomore. Well, I'm fighting that one off down the third base line. Mid to high 70s here. Few clouds in the sky. Breeze going the opposite way from the usual breeze that comes in from center. This one's blowing from right to left field, potentially causing some issues here with balls flying, as that's going to be grounded up the middle. Another error here, as both teams struggling with their gloves. Underwood unable to flip that one over to the shortstop, Bray. Saints with runners at first and second. He's going to bring up the junior center fielder, Trey Newland. Newland batting .297 on the year with 4 doubles and 14 RBIs. Saints with a lot of speed on the bags here. Their top 3 base stealing threats as Newland's going to look to lay down a bunt. Saints as a team this year batting .263. Opponents, however, batting .295. As Newland's going to look to lay down a bunt, pull it back again. That's going to be 2-1 now to the Saints center fielder. I'm spiking that one. Looks like control has been an issue to start this one off for Nate Lamb. He's walked 11 batters on the year so far. Or has gone deep in every single one of these counts against the first 3 batters here for the Saints. He'll miss outside. The bases will be drunk here for the cleanup man for the Saints, Donovan Garcia.
Now batting the shortstop, number 1, Donovan Garcia.
Garcia batting .222 in this 2023 campaign. It's the first third of the season, but the juniors welcomed back to the Saints lineup with open arms.
I'm not sold on being 2 errors right now. How do you feel? That ball is a little bit further behind the bag.
The 0-1 on the way here. He fouled out of play down that first base line. You see, with only 27 at-bats so far this season, has gotten it going as of late. The 0-2. He fouled off his own ankle. As a freshman, Garcia started 26 games, had a .361 batting average, hit 6 doubles, a triple, and a homer, and led the team with a .474 slugging percentage. Ended up being selected to the All-PBC team at the end of the season. He'll find himself behind to Nate Lear, 0-2. Payoff pitch on the way. Garcia able to spoil a breaking ball from Lamb. Lamb has struck out 32 batters so far this season. Opponents hitting 200 off of him. He's also walked 12. That one will miss low in the dirt. Garcia working the count after falling behind 0-2. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Garcia goes down swinging. There'll be one down. The base is still loaded for the Saints. This will bring up Jaden Ward. Ward, the junior, batting .316 on the year, has been scorching hot as of late. We're going to have a visit from the mound, or on the mound here. Young Harris is coached by Stephen Wagner, assisted by Chris Tavares, Corey Ewald, and Dalton Cash. Well, the Young Harris assistant comes out and speaks with his starting pitcher, Lamb. We'll take a brief break. Last game for Jaden Ward against Rollins, he went 2 for 5 with a pair of singles. Saints third baseman with 3 doubles on the year and a homer, but has been doing a good job of going the other way, as that one will skip to the plate, as Ward will find himself ahead in the count now 1-0. That one able to clip the inside corner. The 1-1 on the way to Ward. Swing through an inside pitch. This one will skip behind Bashman behind the plate, but no advance from the Saints runners. Be Owens at third, Gray at second, and Newland at first for the Saints. A lot of speed on the base paths with the 5-hole man, Ward, up to the plate. The 1-2 seems to be grounded down the line at third and foul. Junior second baseman Matthew Burke on deck here for the Saints. Lamb delivers. One's going to miss. But high there. Count even now at 2-2. Ward's going to rip this one to the shortstop. Bray, throw on to first is in time. An inning-ending double play as Young Harris escapes a dangerous Saints rally there. Lamb able to work his way out of a bases loaded with no outs. Saints will head to the top of the second here, down 1-0. It'll be Begora, Bray, and Wallace due up here in the top half of the second. Starting pitcher for Young Harris, Nate Lamb, really working his way out of a jam. No pun intended there. As the bases were loaded, as he really struggled with control, and then the Young Harris struggled with their fielding in the top or the bottom half of the first inning.
He said it's the tallest hitter I think I've ever seen.
The bat's going to be Jeremy Begora as he'll ground one down the third base line and foul. Begora, the 6'8" first baseman from Cartersville, Georgia, transferred from Motlow State Community College. Begora batting .312 on the year, has hit 4 homers. 2-2 on the way from Voorhees. One's going to be hammered into the deep left field. Getting back to the wall is Gray. He'll field it on a hop off of the wall. Begora in with the leadoff double. It's going to bring up Drew Barry, the shortstop. My mistake, Drew Bray. Bray, the freshman, batting .297 on the year. Has a pair of doubles, a triple, and 2 homers as well. As a team, Young Harris batting .277. The pickoff attempt to second goes very poorly for the Saints as Begora will advance to third. Already 3 early errors for the Saints. First pitch here to Bray. Clip that outside corner. Bray, the freshman from Canton, Georgia, product of Pope High School, look to lay down a bunt here, but pull back as that one drops in for a strike. The 1-2. Count's going to be even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Voorhees winds. The 2-2 is going to be grounded back up the middle off the thumb of Voorhees and will get past Garcia. Young Harris will take a 2-0 lead. Has another bad break here for the Saints. It'll be Drew Bray at first. Rome Wallace up to bat. Voorhees kind of sticking out that pitching paw. Try to field that chopper back to the mound. That one's going to be hammered into left field. And that's going to get down fair. Coming in standing at second is going to be Rome Wallace. The runners at second and third now for the center fielder, Jarrett Ford. Ford, the junior, batting .289 with 24 hits, 13 RBIs. Finds himself with 2 runners in scoring position and no outs in the top half of the second. First pitch here from Voorhees is going to miss outside for ball 1. Ford finds himself in a 3-0 count. Ford, the junior from Decatur, Georgia. Transferred over from St. John's River as Jeff Pelkey will head to the mound here to have a conference with the entire Saints infield. And thank a few of our corporate sponsors as Pelkey checks on his crew out there. Applebee's, there's no place like the neighborhood. Academy Bus, we know the way. Anchor Faith, a community of people passionate about Jesus. 80 Davers Construction, builders, developers, and contractors. And the Bailey Group, no matter where you want to go, we'll help you get there. Bases will be loaded for the top of the lineup. James Bashman comes up to the plate with his team ahead 2 and no outs. His first at bat, he singled and then was able to steal second as well, advancing to third on the errant throw from Jackson Wentworth. Will swing at the first pitch, and that's going to get down the line at third. Coming around to score is going to be Drew Bray and Rome Wallace. RBI single for Bashman. Young Harris leading now 4-0. Underwood showing bunt. Pulls it back as that one missed low. Underwood went down swinging in his first at-bat. Some action in the Saints bullpen as Underwood's going to lay one down. Throwing to first is in time. Saints able to get the first on the sacrifice bunt. There will be runners at second and third now for Marco Colina. Colina back in the first. Reached on an error. He'll ground one up the middle. And a double play for the Saints as Gage Voorhees with the barehanded catch on the line drive back to the mound, able to catch the runner at third. Jared Ford sleeping. Young Harris leads 4-0 as we'll head to the bottom half of the second here at Drysdale Field. And we are back now for the bottom half of the second. The Saints trail 4-0, but we'll have Matthew Burke, Ashton Thomas, and Taylor Clapp due to bat here. Nate Lamb, the Young Harris starter, able to work himself out of a jam there. The Saints left 3 runners on in that bottom half of the first. Unfortunate break for the Saints as Jayden Ward ripped a ground ball just directly to the glove of the shortstop Bray, able to turn the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play, killing a Saints rally. The 1-1 on the way to Burke. Payoff pitch from Lamb. Going to be poked into shallow right field. Burke will find himself with a leadoff single. It's going to bring up Bam Thomas. Ashton, the junior, batting 152 on the year. Last season, in his sophomore campaign, his first with the Saints, played in 49 games with 47 starts. Second on the team with in hits, had a .312 batting average and a .392 slugging percentage. A lot of power from that left-handed batter's box. He's found himself with not quite as many at-bats as we thought he would have at the beginning of the year. Only 33 for the junior. With the emergence of Justin Haskins and a couple other reasons limiting the playing time of Ashton Thomas. Thomas looks to benefit from the shallow right field wall. It's a bit higher, but brought in about 30 or so feet down the line. That'll be 2 balls and a strike now to the Saints' designated hitter. The 2-2. Thomas swinging through that. Breaking ball in on his hands. Stays alive here. Lamb. Count will be full now to Thomas. Thomas going to chop one down the first base line and foul. Payoff pitch on the way here to Thomas. So he'll go down swinging. Second strikeout of the game here for Nate Lamb. This will bring up Taylor Clapp. Clapp batting 179 on the year. A double, a triple, and a homer. 13 runs batted in. However, was 2 for 2 in the last game with a huge bases clearing RBI against Rollins back in the 4th. Finds himself with a runner on first here and 1 down, his team trailing 4. Breaking ball misses outside there. Clapp will find himself ahead in this count. Clapp, the sophomore from West Palm Beach, Florida. Swing through a high fastball. That's going to be 2-2 now. Clapp transferred over from Chipola College. He's been a regular starter at first here for the Saints. The count full now to the Saints. First baseman. Three-two. This one's going to be hammered into center field. Ranging over will be Ford as he'll make the catch. He'll be 2 down now. This will bring up the catcher, Jackson Wentworth. Wentworth, the sophomore, has found himself batting .400, has seen his playing time increase over the last couple of series here. Behind the plate for the Saints generally, it's a mixture of Griffin Garcia and Jackson Wentworth. Wentworth, a sophomore from Kansas City, Missouri, transferred over from Johnson County Community College. Saints catcher be behind in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Burke going to take off on the throw in the dirt as that's going to skip past the second baseman Underwood, thrown to thirds, not in time, as the Saints will now have a runner on third. Go down the book as a wild pitch and then an E1. Both teams, or an E2, both teams with 3 errors only around 2 innings into this game. The 1-2 on the way to Wentworth. It's going to miss low and in the dirt. Count even now as we'll have deuces across the board here in the bottom half of the second. The 2-2. Fouled down the first baseline. Two-out hitting is a huge factor in that win over Rollins, as that pitch is going to be just a bit outside. Athletic play there from Bashman to slide over and make the catch. Potentially could have been a run-scoring wild pitch there, if not for the effort there from Bashman. Lamb comes set. The 3-2 outside for ball 4. Top of the line, I'm going to come back around here for the Saints as Wentworth will walk. Second walk of the game allowed here by Lamb. It's going to bring up Sims Owens. Owens reached on the E5 to start off the top of the first inning. Going to be a conference here between Lamb and Bashman. Thank a few of our corporate sponsors as the catcher has a talk with the starter. B&S Signs, quality signage and service. When it comes to signs, we do it all. Ameris Bank, savings for the expected or unexpected. Atlantic Dodge, proud supporter of Flagler Athletics and the Birchall Company. Find your home today. Breaking ball misses inside. Starts off the count here to Owens. The ball and no strikes. Sims Owens, the sophomore from Lexington, South Carolina, transferred over from Motlow State, played in 45 games, 41 starts, batted .315 for Motlow, the .594 slugging percentage, was second on the team with 52 hits. Already 50 pitches for the starter, Nate Lamb. Not a lot of run yet, but has been very economical with his pitches as Owens will fight off the 2-1. Count will be even at 2-2 now to the Saints right fielder. Two on the way. That one misses inside, nearly caught Owens. Wentworth will have a head start here from first, as the count will be full with 2 down and runners at the corner. Saints trail 4-0. Payoff pitch on the way from Lamb, as Owens will go down swinging, will head to the top half of the third. Saints strand 2 and trail 4-0. To get things going here in the top half of the third inning, Gage Voorhees will face Jackson Kemp, Steven Spell, and Jeremy Begora. Kemp with 4 home runs on the year. Struck out in his first at-bat to Voorhees. Kemp, the sophomore, batting .404 on the season. Or he's buzzing the tower there of Kemp. Kemp, the 6'3", 230-pound right-handed hitter. As a catcher, as he'll ground one down. Nice scoop there from Ward. The throw on to first will be in time. Before he's able to retire the first batter he faces here in the third. What a nice defensive play there from Jaden Ward. This is going to bring up Steven Spell, the third baseman, as he'll deposit one into shallow left, get down for a one-out single.
What did Owens do?
It'll be Jeremy Begora. He had a double back in the second as part of a 3-run second inning for Young Harris. Begora, absolute monster in that right-handed batter's box, standing 6'8" as he'll send a high pop-up in on the infield. Burke underneath it will make the catch. There'll be 2 down here in the top of the third. It'll be Drew Bray, the shortstop, now up to the plate. Bray batting just south of 300 on the season. Is 1 for 1 today with the single where he came around to score back in the second. Two-0. Missing outside. Voorhees. 45 pitches so far today. And we'll drop that one in for a strike. He's allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 2. That'll be a 5-pitch walk to the shortstop, Bray. Rome Wallace, the right fielder, came up clutch with a 2 RBI double back in the second. Wallace appeared to be the lone lamb in this Young Harris lineup, as he'll send one into right field. Coming on will be Owens. He'll make the catch and will head to the bottom half of the third inning. Young Harris stranding 2 and leading 4-0. It'll be Gray, Newland, and Garcia here in the bottom half of the third inning. Gray reached on an error back in the first inning. Sophomore batting .330 on the year. Tied for the team lead with 4 doubles. He'll drive one in to the left center gap. Coming on and making the catch is Colina. 2 pitches and 1 out here for Nate Lamb in the bottom half of the third. It'll be Trey Newland. Newland, the junior, batting .297. Walked back in the first inning. Saints center fielder finds himself behind in the count now, 0-2. Newland second on the team with 15 strikeouts so far this season as he'll ground one foul down the first base line. The 0-2 just missing low. Newland leads All Saints with 14 RBIs on the season. The 2-2 here to Newland. The 3-2. In for a called third strike. Tremendous movement there. On the 2-seam there from Lamb. It'll be Donovan Garcia up with 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Garcia went down swinging in his last at-bat. Strikeout of Newland, the third of the day here for the junior left-hander Nate Lamb. The 1-1. Seventh start of the season here for Donovan Garcia. As that pitch just barely missed for strike 3. home plate, or the catcher, Bashman. A little preemptive there. Payoff pitch here from Lamb. This one's going to be driven into right field. Heading back to the wall is Wallace, but he'll make the catch. Saints go 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the third inning. And we will head to the top of the fourth with the Saints trailing 4-0.
Jared Ford.
9-1-2 due to bat here for the Mountain Lions. Getting the top of the fourth started will be Jarrett Ford, the center fielder. He walked back in the second inning. Ford batting .289 coming into the day. The .358 on base percentage. He's also stolen 7 bags. The 2-1 from Voorhees. In for a called strike on the outside part of the plate. Two swung on and missed. Voorhees, 5 pitches, able to strike out the leadoff man here for the Mountain Lions. Third strikeout of the game for Voorhees. Coming around for his third at-bat of the game is the catcher, James Bashman. Bashman 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles as he'll hit his third of the game here as that's into shallow center field. The one-out single able get a runner on here for the Mountain Lions. Ethan Underwood due to bat. Underwood has struck out today. Bashman, a threat on the bags, has stolen 6 bases. Voorhees able to get ahead now, 0-2. Or he's checking on Bashman at first. The 1-2. Bashman taking off. This is going to be grounded up the middle. Burke on to second. Not in time, but they'll get the runner at first. Burke and Garcia. Frustrated with the call. It would have been a bang-bang play at second, but it looked like they got him. Third base umpire Lewis Hancock is going to have a conversation here with head coach Dave Barnett. As Barnett argues the call at second, we'll thank a few more of our corporate sponsors. Carmelo's, delivering old world quality. Carrabba's, so close you can taste it. South State Bank, welcome to banking forward. Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken, and Pizzali's Chianti Room for the true Italian food connoisseur. Barnett's argument to no avail. There will be 2 outs, and the 3-hole hitter Marco Colina due to bat. Colina swinging at the first pitch, will sky this one into the infield. Burke will make the catch. And the Saints will head to the bottom half of the 4th, trailing 4-0. Due in the bottom half of the 4th will be Ward, Burke, and Thomas. Saints have been held to just 1 hit so far today. First pitch to Ward. It's offered at and missed. Lamb able to deliver on that outer half of the strike zone. Jaden Ward finds himself behind now, 0-2. Ward goes down on 4 pitches. Fourth strikeout of the game for Nate Lamb. Let's bring up Matthew Burke. Saints second baseman singled back in the second, the lone run of the game, or the lone hit of the game for the Saints. Breaking ball, able to clip the outer part of the strike zone. Burke will find himself behind now, 0-2. Able to fight off fastball in the outer half. Payoff pitch from Lamb. Missing inside. Count will be 1-2 now to Burke. "73 pitches on the day here for Lamb. That'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Burke grounds this one to the second baseman. Underwood throw on to first is in time. There'll be 2 down now for Ashton Thomas. Thomas offering at the first pitch. Lamb's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. Lamb staying in on the hands of the Saints left-hander. Yo, 2 grounded down the first base line. Tagora will step on first, and the Saints will go down 1-2-3 in the 4th. They trail 4-0 as we'll head to the top half of the 5th inning at Drysdale Field. I'm Jordan Fauci on the broadcast. Stay tuned for more Saints baseball action. Gage Voorhees will face 4, 5, and 6. The heart of the lineup up here for the Young Harris Mountain Lions, who lead 4-0 on 7 hits. Gloves have not shown up today for either side. Both teams with 3 errors on the day. Jackson Kemp, the designated hitter, due to lead things off here. He finds himself 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far. This game, the first of 2 today. Some inclement weather due on Saturday when the doubleheader was originally scheduled. So the smart thinking of both sides is to move doubleheader here St. Patrick's Day. Moving the start times. That one's going to be flew into left field high, and underneath it is Mason Gray. He'll make the catch. A towering pop fly into left. Voorhees retiring the first man of the top half of the 5th. This will bring up Steven Spell, the third baseman. Spell swinging at the first pitch. This one's going to be flew into shallow right. Coming on is Owens, and he'll make the catch. This will bring up the first baseman now, Jeremy Begora. Begora doubled back in the second. Finds himself 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch here. Fouled down the first base line. The 1-1. Foul tipped into the glove. Voorhees ahead now. Payoff pitch from Voorhees. Just missing low. Twos across the board here in the top half of the 5th inning. That one's going to be lined to the shortstop, Garcia, in and out of his glove, as that will be the 4th error of the game here for the Saints. This will bring up the shortstop, Drew Bray. Bray 1 for 1 on the day. He also walked back in the 3rd. Bray with the best on-base percentage of all these Young Harris Mountain Lions in the lineup today with a .458, a 2 for 2. Day definitely helping that average out just a bit, as that breaking ball just catches the outside part of the zone. Mountain Lions shortstop finds himself in an 0-2 hole here. Voorhees looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. Begora's going to take off. The throw down to second is in time, but Garcia couldn't make the catch. He actually lost it on the tag, it looked like. Begora able to swipe a bag. Find himself in scoring position.
Me. John himself. Anybody wants to.
The 1-2. Twos across the board here. Payoff pitch from Voorhees. This is low.
That's ball 3, dude. The hell he did?
As Drew Bray thought he drew ball 4. Started his trot down to first base, but recalled quickly. Home plate umpire John Puma showing the 3-2 count now. Voorhees, 3-2. That one misses just outside. This will bring up Rome Wallace. Wallace with 2 RBIs on the day is 1 for 2 with a double. That one's going to be driven down the line in right and foul as that one heading to the Saints bullpen.
That could be a correcting game in error, but I'm not going to be quite at that point. He should have been out.
Voorhees ahead now, 0-2. Voorhees doing a good job today getting out ahead of these young Harris batters. Not getting a lot of help from the defense behind him so far today, as he'll get Wallace down swinging and will head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Young Harris will strand 2, but they lead 4-0. It'll be Clapp, Wentworth, and Owens due in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Starting pitcher Nate Lamb only allowing 1 hit. He struck out 5 through 82 pitches and 4 innings of work. Young Harris with a right-hander warming up in the pen. The 1-0 to Clapp. Saints doing a good job of seeing a lot of pitches, driving the pitch count up for Lamb. However, the bat's just quiet, as that one's going to be driven down the line and left. Just foul. Would have been extra bases for Clapp had that stayed fair.
Number 5 warming up.
The 2-1. Clapp's going to chop this one to the third baseman Spell. The throw on to first is in time. Lamb retiring the first batter here of the bottom half of the fifth. His clap goes down 5-3. It'll be Jackson Wentworth, the catcher. He walked in his first at-bat of the game. Saints catcher with a on-base percentage north of 520. Brady Callaway, the arm warming up in the Young Harris bullpen. The 1-1 here to Wentworth. Wentworth spitting on the outside pitch. He'll be ahead in the count now. 3 balls and a strike. (3-1). It'll clip the inside part of the zone.
Two Ospreys in the nest.
Counts full as that one's going to skip in the dirt for ball 4. Wentworth with his second walk of the day. Top of the lineup going to come back around here for the Saints. It'll be Sims Owens, the right fielder. Owens reached in the first on an error, but struck out in the second. Lamb able to get ahead here. Count be 0-1 to Owens. Owens batting .235. Has been moved into the leadoff spot for the Saints as he'll go fishing on a breaking ball in the dirt. A lot of speed in the top half of the lineup for the Saints. First 3 batters combining for 27 steals. Owens finds himself behind in the count now, 0-2. Payoff pitch on the way from Lamb. Swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the game for Sims Owens. The 6th of the game for Lamb. This will bring up Mason Gray, the Saints' left fielder. Gray on the day, 0 for 1. He did reach in the first on an error. Saints shortstop turned left fielder, batting .333 on the season. So he'll drive one into left field. He'll get down for a single. Second hit of the game here for the Saints. It's going to bring up the center fielder, Trey Newland. Saints looking for some 2-out magic here. Scored about 6 or so runs in the last game on Wednesday against Rollins with 2 outs in the inning. We're going to continue the trend here. First pitch here to Newland. He's going to miss for ball 1 inside. Trey Newland on the day. 0 for 1, he walked back in the first, as we're going to have another mound visit here by Young Harris. Thank a few of our corporate sponsors during the conference on the mound. South State Bank, welcome to banking forward. Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken, and Pizzali's Chianti Room for the true Italian food connoisseur. Capital Financial Strategies, a full-service company serving North Florida and South Georgia. And the Caldwell Banker Premier Realty, fulfilling the dream of home since 1906. Young Harris does have an arm ready in the bullpen. So will be the 99th pitch of the game here for Nate Lamb. Have to imagine head coach Stephen Wagner wanted to ride his starter out for the complete 5 innings. We'll have to deal with Trey Newland, who's ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes with 2 down and 2 runners on. Saints trailing 4-0. The 2-0 to Newland. In for a called strike. Newland going the other way. That's going to get past Bergora at first. Coming around is going to be Jackson Wentworth. The throw to the plate, not in time. Trey Newland with an RBI single. Mason Gray advances to third. There'll be runners at the corners for Donovan Garcia. The Saints scoring their first run of the game on the RBI from their center fielder.
Now batting shortstop number 1, Donovan Garcia.
Saints with some speed on the bases here. Trey Newland leading the Saints with 11 stolen bags. Breaking ball from Lamb's going to miss outside. Be Donovan Garcia ahead in the count now. Garcia on the day, 0 for 2 with the strikeout and a fly out to right field. Garcia driving one in the center, coming on and making a diving stop. Looked like it bounced before it got into his glove. Newland coming all the way back around from first and will score. 2 RBI double for Donovan Garcia. One heck of an effort there from Jarrett Ford out in center. But opportunistic base running and just pure speed from Trey Newland as he came all the way around to make this a 1-run ball game. Some 2-out hitting here for the Saints. Gets them within 1. It'll be Jaden Ward up to bat with Donovan Garcia at second. First pitch here to Ward. Offered at. Ward 0 for 2 on the game, is in the midst of a 10-game hitting streak. Be a great time for a hit here, possibly tying this game up at 4 if Ward can put something into the outfield. Donovan Garcia with a bit of speed The shortstop turned outfielder turned back into a shortstop. Especially with the head start with 2 outs, could definitely come back around to score as Ward will fight off the 1-1. The payoff pitch missing in the dirt. We'll have 2s across the board here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Two swung on and grounded to the shortstop. Bray throw on to first is in time. Saints score 3. Young Harris still leading 4-3 as we'll head to the top half of the 6th inning here at Drysdale Field. It'll be the center fielder, Jarrett Ford, due to bat here. Gage Voorhees still on the mound here for the Saints. It'll be 9-1-2. It'll be Ford, Basham, and Ethan Underwood due to bat. Saints looking for a shutdown inning out of Voorhees after scoring 3 in the bottom half of the 5th. The count will be 2-1 now to the Mountain Lions center fielder. Ford giving a great effort on what would turn into an RBI double for Donovan Garcia. Was just a tad late as he'll fight off the 2-2 pitch. I believe the day will be done for Nate Lamb. The 107 pitches, would be surprised to see him come back out for the 6th as Ford's going to bloop one into shallow center. Have a leadoff single in the top half of the lineup. Coming up to the plate here for the Mountain Lions, it'll be James Basham, the catcher, is 3 for 3 with 3 singles today. Basham, the 5'10" senior from Atlanta, Georgia, transferred over from Chattanooga State Community College. He'll ground the first one to Ward. He'll make the play at second. Throwing to first is not going to be in time. Saints cut down the lead runner at second. But Basham finds himself on base for the 4th time today.
The second baseman, number 36, Ethan Underwood.
It'll be the second baseman, Ethan Underwood. Underwood finds himself with the sombrero today. 0 for 3. Did have a sacrifice bunt back in the second. It'll be 1-1 here to Underwood. Voorhees catching the runner, Basham on the pickoff. Had him frozen there. It looked like Basham was going to take off on the pitch anyway. But Voorhees able to cut down the runner at first. It'll be 2 down now to Underwood. Saints with the left-hander warming up in the bullpen. Be a hitter's count now for Underwood. Underwood batting .242 on the year. He's stolen 9 bags, and he'll find himself on first as he'll walk. It'll be Marco Colina, the left fielder. Colina leading Young Harris with 5 homers on the year. Also 20 RBIs. He has 7 doubles and a triple as well. Or he's going right at him and will lead in the count 0-1. Colina, the sophomore from Dallas, Texas, the 6'5", 210-pound right-hander, graduated from North Paulding High School. Hit and run action here as that one's going to be skied into center field. Coming on, making a diving catch is Trey Newland. Oh no, he dropped it. Young Harris will score as Underwood comes all the way around from first. Colina finds himself with his 8th double of the season. It's a 5-3 ball game as Jackson Kemp, the designated hitter, steps into the batter's box. Kemp finds himself 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. Front door breaking ball. Able to clip that inner half. Voorhees finds himself ahead in the count. 0-2. 97 pitch here for Voorhees. Defensive swing is going to be popped to clap at first. Young Harris able to score 1 here in the top half of the 6th. They lead 5-3. Saints coming up to bat now in the bottom half. The book is shut on Nate Lamb's day. He goes 5 innings, 107 pitches, allowing 3 runs on 4 hits. He struck out 6 and walked 3. The new wing is going to be Brady Callaway. Callaway, the sophomore, has himself a 4.18 earned run average in 8 appearances. He's won 3 games, started 1. Also has a save to his name through 23 2/3 innings of work. He's struck out 16. He'll face Matthew Burke, Ashton Thomas, and Taylor Clapp here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Saints scoring 3 in the bottom half of the 5th, cutting this to a 1-run ball game. Young Harris able to tally on another, and they'll lead by 2. The 0-2 is going to hit Matthew Burke as he finds himself with another hit by pitch on the year. Feels like just about every game I'm saying that he got hit by a pitch. That's the 13th time the Saints second baseman has been hit this year. Some people just have a knack for it, and Matthew Burke will find himself on first to lead off the 6th. First pitch here to Ashton Thomas. It's offered at and missed. Thomas 0 for 2 on the day. He'll drive one the other way. That's going to get down for a single. Burke will hold up at second. The Saints looking to start something here in the 6th, getting their first 2 runners on. This will bring up Taylor Clapp, the first baseman. Good to see Thomas with a single there going the other way and struggling as of late. Potentially a slump-busting single there for the Saints' designated hitter. First pitch here to Clapp. Front door breaking ball. In for a called strike. Callaway going to check on Burke at second. Burke, a smart base runner. Not the fastest. Has only stolen 1 bag so far this year. Really fundamental baseball player, Matthew Burke, is. That breaking ball is going to miss just inside. Clapp 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to third in his last at-bat. Nearly wears one off the dome as that breaking ball missed high and inside. The 2-2 from Callaway. Count's full now to the Saints' first baseman. Swung on and foul tipped down the line. Or behind, the back to the backstop, my mistake. Actually, they're going to say that Clapp never made contact with the ball. The runners will advance to second and third. This will bring up the catcher, Jackson Wentworth, as Clapp will go down swinging. Saints at-bats looking a lot better than they have earlier in the season. Really seeing a lot of pitches. Saints starting 9 today. Doing a good job making the pitchers work. First pitch here to Wentworth. In for a called strike. Wentworth last game was 3 for 4, so he'll go the other way with this one. Coming in and making the catch is the right fielder Wallace. The throw to the plate's going to be in time. I don't know if Dave Barnett sent Matthew Burke, but Burke was out by good 5 steps there. The Saints will head to the top half of the 7th, trailing by 2. Stay tuned for more Saints baseball action here at Drysdale Field. It'll be Spell, Bergora, and Bray due to bat here in the top half of the 7th inning. Gage Voorhees still on the mound. He ended the 6th with 98 pitches. Coach Dave Barnett looking to stretch him out just a bit more here. Voorhees through 6. He's allowed 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 of which earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 4 as well. Spell ahead 3-1. Voorhees able to load up the count now. Spell on the day 1 for 3 with a single back in the 3rd. He'll drive one into shallow left center, coming on and making a diving catch. Actually, that's going to hit the ground. The throw on to second is not in time. Will go down as a double for Steven Spell. Second time today, Saints have been just inches away from making spectacular diving catches. This is going to bring up Jeremy Begora. Begora, the first baseman, has a double today. He's reached base twice. First pitch here from Voorhees. Fouled down the first base line. That one's going to be driven deep into right field. Back at the wall will be Owens. He'll make the catch. The runner advancing to third on the tag up. There's a loud out there for Jeremy Begora. Young Harris will have one out now and a runner at third for Drew Bray. Bray is 1 for 1 on the day. He's walked twice as well. Bray has a knack for getting on base. Finds himself with a 500 OBP. Bray behind in the count. Saints bringing the infield in. The 1-2 from Voorhees. Just misses to the ire of the Saints faithful. I thought that would be the first pair of shoes in the day for Gage Voorhees. However, home plate umpire John Puma not agreeing. The count will be even now at 2-2. Voorhees. That one's going to get by the diving glove of Garcia. Be an RBI single for Drew Bray, and a 3-run lead now for the Mountain Lions. We'll bring up Rome Wallace. Wallace, 1 for 3 on the day. He struck out and also had an RBI double back in the second. Voorhees up to 111 pitches. Have to imagine coming up on one of the last batters of the day. Can't imagine that head coach Dave Barnett and Jeff Pelkey are going to really wear on the arm of their ace. Rome Wallace, the senior right fielder, came into the day batting .203. Got his second double of the year back in the second inning. The 2-1. Fouled back to the backstop. That'll be even now to the Mountain Lions right fielder. Saints with a righty and a lefty warming up in the pen. That one close at first as Bray finds himself scrambling back to the bag just in time. The 2-2, Bray taking off, but that pitch is going to run inside and hit Rome Wallace. There'll be runners on first and second, and the 9-hole Jarrett Ford coming up to the plate. First pitch swinging for Ford as he'll foul this one out of play down the first base line. This one popped up right behind the home plate dugout, or right behind home plate, and a nice catch there from a fan. First time we've seen a fan actually make a play here at Drysdale Field. Generally, poor hands in the stands here in St. Augustine. Count will be no balls and 2 strikes now to Jarrett Ford. Voorhees going right after Young Harris's center fielder. Ford on the day, 1 for 2. He struck out and singled. He also walked back in the second. Payoff pitch from Voorhees. This one's going to be driven into center field. Ranging over is Newland. He'll make the catch. Tagging up from second is Bray, but he'll retreat after a good throw. The cutoff man, Garcia. It'll be James Basham up to the plate here. Basham on the day, 3 for 4. The Saints will have a pitching change here as Dave Barnett will make his way out to the mound. Voorhees through 6 2/3 innings, 120 pitches for the senior. About 11 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. He walked 4 and struck out 4. Will be responsible for the runners at first and second.
26.
The new arm on the mound is Stephen Reese. Reese has appeared in 7 games, allowed 6 earned runs on 9 hits. He struck out 8, and he'll deal with the top of the lineup here for the Mountain Lions. We'll let him warm up, and we'll come back when we're due to continue here in the top half of the 7th. It'll be James Basham up to the plate here. Basham, 3 for 4 on the day. He's actually reached on all 4 of his at-bats so far. It'll be Stephen Reese, the 5'8" sophomore right-hander out of Green Cove Springs, Florida, on the mound. First pitch swinging here for Basham. This one in foul territory, and Wentworth unable to make the catch.
That's an error.
The 5th error of the day for the Saints. Basham with a second chance here.
Close, but it's there.
The 1. Missing inside. Count be even now to Basham, 1-1. The senior's batting .303 on the season with 4 doubles and a homer. Knocked in 14 RBIs on the season as well. Will be Bray at second and Wallace at first. Saints looking to limit the damage here in the 7th. They trail 6-3. That one's fought off down the line and foul. Defensive swing there for Basham. The 1-2 grounded slowly to Garcia. The second base or the shortstop will step on second, and Reese able to come in and get Basham down on the 6 unassisted. Young Harris able to score 1. They lead 6-3 as we'll head to the bottom half of the 7th inning here at Drysdale Field. Top of the lineup due up for the Saints here in the bottom half of the 7th. It'll be Owens, Gray, and Newland. Saints trailing 6-3. Callaway still on the mound here for Young Harris. Owens struggling today, finds himself 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Reached on an error back in the first inning. Sophomore right fielder, .235 hitter on the year. 16 hits through 68 at-bats coming into the day. Five-pitch walk here as Owens will find himself on first to lead things off here in the 7th. It'll be Mason Gray up to bat. He singled back in the 5th inning. Gray came into the day batting .330. He'll lay down a bunt, and that's a good one. Coming on and making the throw to first is Spell. Sacrifice bunt for the Saints left fielder as Owens will advance to second. Trey Newland, 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out and singled. Also walked back in the first as that one fouled into the Saints dugout. The 1-1. In for a called strike.
There's Brad. Why can't you keep that walkie-talkie with you?
1-2 to Newland. Swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the game for Trey Newland. It'll be Donovan Garcia up to bat with a runner at second. Garcia back in the fifth. Had an RBI double. Actually, a 2 RBI double. Comes up in another huge spot here for the Saints as they trail 6-3, but they have a runner in scoring position.
Hopefully I'm off there. It's getting a little annoying. Nobody's around.
It's going to be a balk as Callaway tried to pump fake on the pitch. Callaway still coming out of the stretch. We runner on third and Sims Owens. 0-1 count here to Garcia. Make that no 2 count. Payoff pitch here. This will be skied into shallow right. Coming on is going to be the first baseman, Begora. He'll make the catch and will head to the top half of the 8th inning. Saints trailing 6-3. Stephen Reese will face Underwood, Kalina, and Kemp here in the top half of the 8th inning. First pitch breaking ball from Reese, able to get ahead in the count now, 0-1. Underwood on the day, 0 for 3. He reached on a walk back in the 6th inning. Underwood going to deposit that one into center field. His first hit of the ball game and a leadoff single in the top of the 8th here for Young Harris. It'll be Marco Kalina. Kalina back in the 6th inning had a double. Double able to bring across the 6th run of the ball game for Young Harris. This will be grounded to third baseman Ward. Throwing to seconds in time, but a good slide from Underwood will prevent the turn from Burke. It's going to be a pinch hitter here in the place of Jackson Kemp. It'll be number 29, Amir Cornier. Cornier on the year batting .250 and 16 at-bats. Kemp has struggled today. He's found himself 0 for 4 coming into this at-bat where head coach Stephen Wagner bringing on the pinch hitter. Another check on first. Taylor Clapp thought the Saints had the runner. Underwood, a perfect 9 for 9 on the season. Stealing bags, and he'll take off as Young Harris tried to hit and run. Payoff pitch from Reese. Good throw from Jackson, able to get Ethan Underwood. Bit of an argument there between Matthew Burke and Underwood, as Underwood was trying to argue that Burke came into his running path. The throw brought him there. No harm, no foul. Saints with 2 down here in the top of the 8th. 1-2 misses outside to Cornier. Payoff pitch. A little dribbler back to the mound. Reese. Throw on to first. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Saints as they'll head to the bottom half of the 8th inning, trailing by 3. Brady Calloway still on the mound here for Young Harris. Face 5, 6, 7 in the Saints lineup. Jaden Ward 0 for 3 on the day, in danger of losing his 10-game hitting streak. The 1-0 to Ward. Missing low for a ball. Saints third base will be ahead now. Through 2 innings of work thus far, 26 pitches. That one's going to be ground deep into the hole. Diving stop from Bray, but no throw. Will go down as an infield single for Jaden Ward. His hitting streak now extended to 11 games, as he'll get a leadoff single to start off the bottom half of the 8th here for the Saints. This will bring up Matthew Burke, the second baseman. Burke, 1 for 2 on the day. Also reached in the 6th when he was hit by a pitch, his 13th of the season. First pitch here to Burke, misses high for ball 1. 30th pitch of the afternoon here for Callaway. Callaway coming in for the 6th inning. So that one's going to be grounded down the line at third. Bobbled by Spell. The throw into first just in time. Ward able to advance to second. We're going to have a pinch hitter here. I believe it's going to be Tim Kladinsky stepping up to the plate. Kladinsky batting .290 on the season. Thomas went 1 for 3 on the day. Singled in his last at-bat. Head coach Dave Barnett giving Tim Kladinsky an opportunity here. Kladinsky was hitting the ball well for the Saints on the year, but with Donovan Garcia coming back, has found his playing time cut into a bit. The 1-0 on the way to Kladinsky. To Callaway. Other way for Kladinsky. They're going to send Ward, or stop Ward up at third. Saints will have runners at the corners. Kladinsky, the pinch hitter, coming up big there for the Saints, as we're going to have a call to the bullpen that will close the door on Brady Callaway's day. He goes 2 1/3 innings of work, allowing 3 hits and 2 unearned runs. The new man on the mound is going to be Dylan Beck, the 6'2" right-hander out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Be back momentarily with more Saints baseball action.
1-3 record.
It'll be Dylan Beck. Beck in 12 appearances this year is 0-3. He has 3 saves as well. Opponents hitting .293 against him. He's allowed 22 hits in 16 2/3 innings of work and then struck out 9. Nearly hits Taylor Clapp on the first pitch of his afternoon. There'll be runners at the corners. Kladinsky at first and Jaden Ward at third. Clapp going to put this one into left field. An RBI single for the Saints first baseman. Will be runners on first and second for the 9-hole man, Jackson Wentworth. Wentworth flew into a double play. Deposited one, or high fly ball, deep into right field back in the 6th inning. Saints sent the runner, Matthew Burke, from third, and he got thrown out. Besides that, Wentworth has walked twice. Going to have a pinch runner on second. It will be the outfielder, Bryce Fitzgerald. Wentworth came into the day batting .400 on the year. First pitch here from Beck. Going to be popped up into shallow right. Could be trouble here. It's going to fall. And the Saints will load up the bases here with 1 out on a bloop single for Jackson Wentworth. Top of the lineup going to come back around here for the Saints. It's going to be Sims Owens. Bases will be drunk for the Saints. Sophomore right fielder. Owens with 14 RBIs on the year. Could break this game open. He's able to put one into the outfield here.
Second game to do.
The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Beck finds himself ahead in the count now.
Why only do like a couple, like 3 in between innings? So especially double factors.
The 0-2 fought off down the first base line.
10 years old now. More than that. Oh, sweet. That was our old initial. These are the red caps.
The 0-2 from Beck misses outside.
They've gone because we played one game on St. Patrick's Day, so they're doing that.
Owens lines one into center field. Coming on is Ford. He'll make the catch. They're going to send Fitzgerald from third. No throw home, and the Saints are back within 1 run on the sacrifice fly from Sims Owens. It's going to bring up Mason Gray, the Saints left fielder. Gray on the day finds himself 1 for 2. He's reached on an error and also had a sacrifice bunt back in the 7th. First pitch here to Gray in for a called strike. Be Taylor Clapp, Saints first baseman at second. Jackson Wentworth, the catcher, at first. Clapp, despite being a first baseman, offers a bit of speed. Something put into the outfield could potentially bring home the tying run. Gray finds himself behind in the count now, 0-2. Payoff pitch from Beck. This one's going to be blooped over the head of Begora. They're going to send Clapp around from third. And an RBI double for the Saints shortstop. And we're all tied up now at 6. The right fielder, Wallace, if he made the throw to second, would have had Mason Gray out by about 5 or so steps, but for some reason decided to make the throw on to third, where Wentworth was able to slide in safely. 2-out magic here for the Saints. This brings Trey Newland up to the plate with 2 runners in scoring position. Newland on the day. 1 for 3. He's walked and singled. Struck out twice as well. Finds himself behind in the count, 0-2. Beck has done a good job of getting ahead in these counts, but Saints able to fight off good pitches for a pair of singles. Oh, 2. Misses low and away. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Trey Newland will go down swinging for the 3rd time today. Saints will strand runners at second and third, but tie it up at 6 as we'll head to the top of the 9th inning here at Drysdale Field. Now, it'll be Spell, Begora, and Braydu here in the top half of the 9th inning. Houston Wynn coming in to pitch here for the Saints. The freshman from Nokomis, Florida, graduate of Venice High School. He's gotten a lot of work in the late innings for the Saints. In 10 appearances, has a 5.65 ERA, has saved a game, in 14 1/3 innings of work. He struck out 9, as this one's going to be grounded through the 5-6 hole into left field for a leadoff single. Jeremy Begora, the 6'8" first baseman, stepping into the batter's box here. Win, the soft lefty, adept at creating ground balls. Have to imagine steady diet of low pitches here, trying to force a double play. Spell not a threat to run. Third baseman has not attempted a steal yet this season. Payoff pitch here from Wynn. Check swing, appeal down to first. He did not go. Count will be 1-2 now to Begora. Win set. The 1-2. Climbing the ladder there. Missing just a little bit high. Counts even now, 2-2. This one's going to be hammered into deep left center. Back at the wall is Newland. He'll make the catch at the track. Off the bat, that one looked like it may have found its way out here. But allowed out, as there'll be one down now for Young Harris's shortstop, Drew Bray. Gonna have time called here as Houston Wynn looks to tie his shoes. He's got to keep the cleats laced up. The 1-0 in for a called strike on the outside corner. Stands starting to fill out here at Drysdale Field as we near the conclusion of the first game of this two-game set. Be a hitter's count now to Drew Bray. Bray 2 for 2 on the day, has also walked twice. And he'll walk for a third time as there'll be runners at first and second now for Young Harris. We're going to have a call to the bullpen here. Houston Wynn will be responsible for the runners at first and second. Gonna have a left-hander coming in here for the Saints, or right-hander, my mistake, and Gabe Partridge. Partridge, the senior, has only made 4 appearances on the year, 5 1/3 innings of work, has allowed only 1 earned run, struck out 6, walked 5. Let Partridge warm up as we thank a few of our corporate sponsors. Fish Bites, Set the Hook, 5-Star Pizza, Bigger, Better, Faster. Flagler Hospital, excellence as a way of life, and Hero of Florida, your partner for the complete equipment lifestyle. We will return momentarily with the runners on first and second, one down in the top of the ninth. We have a tie ball game, so stay tuned. High pressure situation here for the senior right-hander from Miami, Florida, Gabriel Partridge. He'll face Rome Wallace with runners at first and second and one down here in the top of the ninth inning. We have a tie ball game. Wallace on the day had an RBI double back in the second, but has done nothing besides that. We'll be behind the count now, 0-1. Wallace, the senior, batting .203 on the season. He struck out 25 times, leading all of the Young Harris Mountain Lions. The 0-1 from Partridge. This is low for a ball, count even now at 1-1. Wallace appears to be only wearing one batting glove on that bottom hand. The 1-1 here from Partridge. Missing low again. Trying to draw an inning-ending ground ball. Saints could turn for a double play. Have to imagine Jeff Pelkey calling pitches to entice a ground ball here. The 2-1. Just missing. And be a hitter's count now to the 8-hole. Rome Wallace. This one's going to be drilled back up the middle. They're going to send the runner from second. And Young Harris will take a 7-6 lead on the RBI single from Rome Wallace. This will bring up the center fielder, Jarrett Ford. This one's going to be flew into center field. Newland will make the catch, and there will be two down now. Young Harris leading 7-6 This is going to bring up the top of the lineup and the catcher, James Basham. Basham on the day, 3 for 5. He has 3 singles so far today. First pitch from Partridge, missing low and inside. Partridge, the 5'10" right-hander from Miami, transferred in from St. Petersburg College. This one's going to be fouled down the first base line. A dive from Clapp. No avail as that one will get down foul. Partridge ahead in the count now. Partridge comes set. The 1-2. Driven high and deep down the line and out of play as that one heads into the parking lot here at Drysdale Field. Sun definitely an issue for the outfielders now, as this one's going to be driven into left. Ranging over is Gray. He'll drop the ball, and one run's going to come around to score. The throw to the plate is not in time. Costly error for Mason Gray out in left field. And it will be a 9-6 ball game. Basham will reach second here on the bases clearing. E7, the 6th error of the game for the Saints. Partridge checking on the runner. Basham at second. Basham has stolen 7 bags on the year. Underwood hobbling down first base line here as he fouled that one off of his own leg. Down line second baseman has reached base twice. He's singled back in the 8th, but was caught in a pickle after a great pickoff move from Gage Voorhees. Partridge, the 2-1, in for a called strike. The 2-2. Fought off foul into the parking lot. Reached the 3-hour mark in the first half of this Friday doubleheader for the Saints. Twos across the board here in the top half of the ninth. In for a called third strike. Pair of shoes there for Gabriel Partridge. Young Harris will strand one but score three on a costly 2-run error. They will lead 9-6 as we head to the home half of the ninth. Beck will face Garcia, Ward, and Burke here. Saints trail by 3 here in the home half of the ninth inning.
No, he's in live over.
Garcia falls behind now. 0-2.
Still back on the line.
Garcia 1 for 4 on the day. The 2 RBI double. He'll go down swinging. He's going to bring up the third baseman, Jaden Ward. Ward in the midst of an 11-game hitting streak after extending that streak in the 8th when he had a leadoff single.
Hey, can I come sit with you guys?
No, we're down right now.
Okay.
No. Right. Be back in the day. We'll wait till the end of the game.
The 1-0 on the way to Ward. He'll drive this one. Just not enough juice on that as he'll hang up in left for Colina as he'll make the catch, and the Saints will be down to their last out, and Matthew Burke up at the plate. Justin Haskins on deck here for the Saints if Burke can reach. Dylan Beck in line for the win here, if Young Harris can hold on. Payoff pitch on the way here to Burke. Dylan Beck, through 1 1/3 innings of work, allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run, has struck out 2. One, 2 on the way. Burke able to spoil that one. Count's going to be even now to the Saints' second baseman. Burke, the junior from Kingwood, Texas. Gonna dribble this one up the first base line. Sliding stop for Underwood. But it will be an infield single for the Saints' second baseman as the freshman Justin Haskins comes up to the plate. Justin Haskins in 30 at-bats this year is batting .367 with a pair of doubles. Haskins, the freshman from Suwanee, Georgia, a product of Lambert High School, be ahead in the count 1-0. Breaking ball from Beck, missing outside. Tying run on deck here for the Saints. The 2-1. In for a called strike. Saints down to their final strike of the day here. The 2-2 to Haskins. Little dribbler up the middle. Bray throws on to first, and it's in time. Young Harris, off a 3-run top of the 9th, able to take the first half of the doubleheader, 9-6. Jordan Fauci on the broadcast. Stay tuned. About 30 to 45 minutes, we'll have the second half of this St. Patrick's Day doubleheader action live at Drysdale Field.